We don't have much time, so listen up. The North Koreans have been operating under the radar for some time now. We strongly believe they currently have nuclear capabilities. Recent missile tests demonstrate their ability and resolve to launch a strike against South Korea and Japan. We can no longer sit back and wait. Informants from our South Korean allies have uncovered a series of questionable activities by General Young Sung-ho, an elite member of North Korea's Defense Commission. The general is believed to be heavily involved in North Korea's underground nuclear program. General Yon has consistently campaigned against the South Koreans and the U.S., condemning our interference in their sovereign rights. The general's propaganda is effective, combined with his high-level involvement in North Korea's nuclear program, make him a very dangerous man. We need intel. Proof that General Yon is developing nuclear weapons. We're sending you in alone. Do not fail. Welcome to the DMZ. An element of North Korean soldiers has crossed into the DMZ. Official word from the North Korean government states that a transport helicopter crashed somewhere within the DMZ, and rescue operations are underway to recover the pilots. Our intel reports confirm there is no crash site. We're sending you in to find out what General Yon is doing. Find the North Korean element, acquire intelligence, and rendezvous for extraction. Mad Hatter will be your contact during the mission. Your codename is Loveless. This is Loveless. I have a visual on the crater. There isn't much left. The North Koreans have moved the object.
Updating your mission objectives. Find them, Loveless. We need to know what landed here. Mad Hatter out.
Uploading new intel. I managed to locate the remains of a warhead. I don't recognize the design. I was unable to stop the enemy from extracting the warhead back into North Korea.
Roger, Loveless. Head to LZ and wait for extraction.
Based on your intel, we've established the warhead is not missile-based. The experts back home are trying to discover the launch vehicle. No one has ever seen anything like this before. I'm sending you back to extract the weapon from North Korean territory. The exact location is unknown. We suspect the enemy has moved the warhead to this base here, about 15 kilometers from the DMZ.
지금 상황이 어때? 새로운 선택 있어? 그쪽 상황은 어때?
Well done, Colin. The warhead has been sent back to the lab stateside. On to business. The CIA has requested help extracting a well-placed ranking North Korean officer named Park. Park is reported to have worked closely with the general on his weapons program. We hope his testimony and the warhead you've extracted will help bring down the general. Park's extraction must be performed in a way that does not alter the general's plans. Park must die in plain view. I see. Well, that's gonna be a challenge. I trust your judgment. Do something absolute. Something that leaves no doubt that this man is dead. We will have assets waiting in the DMZ to get him out. Until then, keep him alive at all costs. Yes, sir.
Loveless, this is Mad Hatter. We have an intel update from the CIA. Park is located inside one of General Yan's forward bases. It's heavily guarded and surrounded by a complex anti-personnel minefield.
We'll tread like... Park? My name is Loveless. I'm here to get you out.
I am ready, my friend. Please, lead the way.
We're going to make a run for those trees on 3. 1, 2, 3, run! Reports are in. North Korea is developing a land-based nuclear weapon that does not require a rocket or missile booster for delivery. In order to develop this weapon, the North Koreans need to have weapons-grade plutonium. We're sending you deep inside North Korean territory to infiltrate one of their power stations. Gather as much intel as you can. Focus on finding any raw materials used in weapon manufacturing.
Loveless, we have a situation. There is a massive buildup of troops at the power plant. General Yan is getting ready to move. Time is critical. Get in, find the intel, and get out.
The General has denounced your work publicly, blaming the U.S. for terrorist attacks against North Korea. In direct response, General Yan has begun moving several army divisions south towards the border. Your objective is to intercede. Cause as much disruption to their troop movements as possible. Just over an hour ago, we received this transmission from one of our recon F-18s.
We've been locked on. Evasive maneuvers. Where did he go? I lost him. Where is he? We've been hit! I can't control it! Eject! Eject! Eject!
That's all we have. The F-18 crashed near the North Korean border, deep inside the DMZ. Recover the pilot and any data you can. The enemy is closing in on his position. You do not have much time.
도망 못 가게 해!
Mad Hatter, this is Loveless. The pilot is dead. Recovering the canister and heading back to the LZ.
Copy that.
General Yan is moving forces across the River Wai using a series of floating bridges. This move will allow the General to strike at a weakly defended portion of the border. We need you to cross over the DMZ and sabotage the existing bridge, and the North Koreans' ability to further this objective. We have already begun reinforcing our troops on the South Korean border.
Mad Hatter, this is Loveless. The Berlin Wall has fallen.
Copy that, Loveless. Head to the extraction point.
In response to your operation, the General has used the sabotage as an excuse to bring more troops down from the north. Under the guise of securing his country against further attacks, the General has moved nearly 500,000 troops along his borders. We have identified a critical transportation link used by the General to ferry his troops south. We're sending you out to destroy the north-south rail link. This will force the General to use other much slower means of transportation.
저기 누가 있나 봐!
Mad Hatter, this is Loveless. Have identified unknown weapon.
Copy that. Receiving data. There's been some kind of error. We can't establish a link. Loveless, you'll need to get the data out on foot. General Yan has invaded South Korea. His forces have crossed into the DMZ and are advancing rapidly on Seoul. We need your intel. Head south through the town. There's an airfield a few minutes south by foot.
Copy that, Mad Hatter.
그만 쏴! 내가 그만 쏴라고 그랬잖아!
Welcome aboard. You look like crap. Thanks. Commander Wolf is on the line.
Commander, I photographed what seems to be a new rail-based weapon delivery system. It would seem to be capable of launching the warhead discovered earlier.
We're sending the pictures to our analysts now. If this is what we think it is, we're facing a very serious threat. We have halted the general's advance into South Korea. However, this will be a short-lived victory unless we can push him back across the border. We have reports that the general is readying a major push within the next 24 hours. This time he's leaving nothing to chance. All along the border, he's moved up his nuclear artillery. We strongly believe he plans to use these weapons against Allied forces. We're teetering on the verge of all-out war. A war that could easily grow into World War III. If the general uses his nuclear capabilities, the President of the United States will have no choice but to retaliate. We can't let this happen. Your objective is to end this madman's life at all costs and permanently disable these nuclear weapons. Commander? You carried out your missions against adversity no one man should ever have to face. You have saved the lives of millions and stopped a man whose ambitions could have very well destroyed the world. You have served me, your country, and fellow soldiers. Want a drink? Yes, sir.